Welcome to Dr. MGR Psych Cups Club. Every one of us know the month of March is celebrated as the Red Cross month. To be specific, March 1 is celebrated as the famous singer's birthday, Justin Bieber, and also a famous cricket player's birthday, Shahid Afridi birthday. Self-Injury Awareness Day is celebrated on every year of March 1. This event helps us to understand the self-injury behaviors, and for those who are in need of help, an orange ribbon symbolizes this day.
According to DSM-5, self-harm is formally known as non-suicidal self-injury disorder. These self-destructive behaviors are practiced without any intention of suicide. Adolescents are at the highest risk of self-injury. Both males and females have a comparable rates of self-harming behavior.
Self-injury is a coping mechanism. An individual harms their physical self to deal with an emotional pain or to break the feeling of numbness by creating sensation. Self-injury is a deliberate and non-suicidal behavior that inflicts the physical harm on our own body to get rid of from the emotional distress. Physical pain is often easier to get rid of, where the emotional pain is the real and the valid feelings. Yet, self-injury only provides a temporary relief from the issue. Self-injury can be a natural response of day-to-day stresses. It is an impulsive act to regulate a mood, to attempt to overcome an underlying anger, sadness, cry, and other frustration. Individuals most of the risk of self-destructive have experienced because of trauma, neglect, and a past life experience, which they undergo into self-destructive behavior and to get rid of from the hidden and repressed emotions. Self-harm is strongly linked with the other disorders, specifically borderline personality disorders. Self-injury is also linked with other mental disorders such as depression, anxiety, and eating disorders.
Some common things people who self-injure have include this. Low self-esteem is characterized by the lack of confidence and feeling badly about oneself. People who have low self-esteem have feeling awkward, unlovable, and incompetent. Perfectionism and high achievement. Perfectionists may be very successful in their everyday lives, but it often comes to the personal cost. Perfectionism simultaneously pushes people to succeed to the highest standards, but it eventually causes the people to feel that they have done better, or even if they have failed. It leads to low self-esteem.
One of the most common reasons for self-injury might be poor body shape. Some people who self-injure are prone to some kind of body shaping like bullying in school, colleges, and other work areas, which lessens their self-esteem, and ultimately they are put down to injure themselves. Ironically, this tends to demotivate their physical being, and they ultimately label themselves as ugly. One another reason for self-injury is trauma and abuse. Some people try to self-injure in order to cope up with traumatic life events such as bereavement, bullying, breakup in relationship, emotional, physical, and mental abuse. Other mental health issues such as depression, anxiety, stress, borderline personality disorder, schizophrenia, etc. might be a reason for self-injury as well.
Self-injury can affect anybody at any time in their life. Gender, age, sexual orientation, race, religion, background, they are irrelevant. Self-injury is a coping mechanism. It isn't a teen thing.
When the urge to self-injure comes upon you, take the time and tell yourself that you have felt the urge. But you are going to choose to hold off for any self-harming action for about 15 minutes. If after this period of 15 minutes you still feel like self-harming yourself, then you can. It's your choice. You have the power, you have the control. Even if in the past it has not gone that great, choose to wait, choose to hurt. It is a very strong and important lesson. For this duration of 15-minute waiting period, try to keep yourself occupied. I mean, go for a walk or flick through the TV channels without seeing anything, or keep saying how much distressed you are, or even write a letter regarding your feelings with respect to yourself. After 15 minutes, you can check how you feel and how you feel about the urge. You could choose to hurt yourself now, or even wait for another 15 minutes. Keep playing this game, and maybe the urge will pass, or maybe it's not. But it's on your hands for every 15-minute step.
When supporting the person who self-injure, the initial reaction acceptance is crucial. It goes as the same as we consider ourselves in that situation. Self-acceptance is the only key. As we are listening to them, they trusted us completely. So we should give our full attention towards them and listen to the information what they are saying. We may find ourselves unsettled sometimes while we are hearing those self-injuring stories of others. We should remember one thing completely, that we also undergo self-injuring phase of our life at once. Even a harsh self-criticism is also a good example for that. So we should try not to think differently about that person now, as we know about them this completely. Remember that we are all together.
When we are taking care of ourselves and are seeking help in support for the issues that are causing us distress, we feel good that we are helping ourselves and taking steps along the path of recovery. Taking responsibility for our self-harm is not about blaming ourselves, it's too about self-care. It's telling ourselves that we should not harm ourselves and we deserve health and happiness.